Problems like these can be pretty tricky. Subtraction is tough, especially when there are zeros. The first thing we need to do is become math detectives. I can't do 0 minus 4. Sometimes you just don't have enough. And if I have $0, I can't possibly give you 4. When you don't have enough, you can borrow from a neighbor. So I'm going to look to my neighbor over here. He doesn't have anything either. Now I've got to go all the way over and borrow. And I'm going to borrow from 10. When I borrow 1, I'm left with 9. But what I really borrowed was a 10, so that means now in this ones column, I've got 10 ones. Think like money. One $10 bill is equal to 10 ones. Now I can subtract because I can do 10 minus 4 and I can do 9 minus 3. 10 minus 4 is 6. 9 minus 3 is 6. Let's try it again. Here are those zeros again. I'm a math detective. I know that I can't do 0 minus 2. Sometimes you just don't have enough and you have to borrow from a neighbor. But my neighbor doesn't have anything either. I've got to go all the way over. I'm going to borrow from that 50. I'm going to borrow one from 50, and that means I have 49 left. When I borrow 1, I add 10 ones. Let's see, I can do 10 minus 2 and 9 minus 3 and 4 minus 1, so I'm good to go. 10 minus 2 is 8. 9 minus 3 is 6. 4 minus 1 is 3. My answer is 368. Let's try one more problem. Zero minus 7. Oh, I'm a math detective. I've figured out that I can't do that. Sometimes you just don't have enough. So when you don't have enough, you got to borrow from neighbor. But look, my neighbor doesn't have anything either. In fact, this guy doesn't either. I've got to go all the way over. But the rules are still the same. I'm going to borrow 1 here. So when I borrow from 100, 1 less than 100 is 99. Anytime you borrow 1, you add 10 to the ones column. I should be able to subtract everywhere. 10 minus 7 I can do. 9 minus 2 and 9 minus 5, I can do those as well. 10 minus 7 is 3. 9 minus 2 is 7. 9 minus 5 is 4. And the answer is 473. Let's try one more. This time, my math detective skills are telling me that I don't need to borrow anything because I can do 5 minus 1. But let's continue our detective work on down the line to make sure that we can subtract all of the numbers. Well, look at this. I can't do 1 minus 6. Sometimes you don't have enough and you have to borrow from a neighbor. So I'm going to borrow over here, but this neighbor doesn't have anything. I've got to go all the way over. I'm going to borrow from the 20. And when I borrow 1 from 20, I'm left with 19. Every time you borrow 1, you have to add 10. So I'm going to add 10 right here. And there's already 1 there. So when I add 10, now I have 11. Now I can subtract. I can do 5 minus 1. I can do 11 minus 6. I can do 9 minus 3. And 1 minus 0. 5 minus 1 is 4. 11 minus 6 is 5. 9 minus 3 is 6. And 1 minus 0 is 1. The answer is 1,654. Continue on to the next problems. I am sure that you can complete these on your own. Good luck.